Welcome to Winston-Salem and another stop along Tobacco Road, which is home to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and the fans have been ready to get things started since early in the day. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Georgia State Panthers taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football. The Demon Deacons will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. The Panthers offense takes the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. 3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. To the air, it's Cole. Keeps looking downfield. At the 45, on his way. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. The Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get to it. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offense, a sack. Now it's 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Get it out on the screen. Shakes off the defender. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So Wake Forest offense will go to work for the first time today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play. Well, they immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
It'll be a draw. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Here on 3rd down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
The Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Plows through the defense. And he'll be smacked to the ground. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Back to throw, it's Cole. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now they're going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. Dances away to buy time. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He's got the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Flushed out of the pocket. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia State.
Number 3.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Coastal Carolina was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Conway. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction.
Going up top on 1st down.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. He wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Short gain on the play before he slides. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Going to try to get it himself. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Winston-Salem. What a fine performance we've seen. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, How can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at a Legacy Stadium.
Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Demon Deacons come to the line in the hurry-up.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Third and short now from their own 48. Off play action. Might be looking to run. He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Demon Deacons are rolling down the field. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And the Demon Deacons will keep this drive going. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's right on target. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. He's back to throw on 2nd down. He's got it and still on his feet. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on 3rd and goal? Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. And he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Wants to go up top. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The defense will have to key on the run and try to get this ball back. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught over the middle. It's Cameron. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. On the ground with the counter. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll try the run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide out in motion. The receiver on the jet sweep. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. To the air. It's Cole. Feeling some heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
I just love the effort by the defense on this play. We're late in the game. It's in the 4th quarter. Guys are tired, and they're not able to get to the QB right away, but they continue pursuing him, and they're able to get to him outside of the pocket. Nice job.
Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A high kick trying to pen them deep. And they'll mark this one dead at midfield. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. Getting some heat. And the quarterback bought a little time, but actually bought a lot of time, but not enough time. The defense gets to him. And now this team has fallen into a 3-game slide, and a season of promise has now had a lot of promises broken.
Yeah, this is a team that really needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror right now and make a decision. What are we going to be? What am I about? What am I willing to do at this point of the season to get this thing turned around? A lot of tough and real conversations are going to have to take place.
And this is when the coaches really make their money, right? How can I get my kids to focus when I know there's probably not a lot to play for down the road? So let's win every game. Let's win every battle. Let's spoil other people's seasons on the way out.